Welcome everyone, I'm Dale and this is Cinema Historia. A newspaper reporter, a ruthless politician, and a corrupt campaign trail. This week we're going back to 1949 for a political drama film called All the King's Men, starring Broderick Crawford, John Ireland, Mercedes McCambridge, and Joanne Drew. And this is directed by, screenplay by, and produced by Robert Rosen. So, where does our story begin this week? Well, our story begins with Chronicle newspaper reporter Jack Burden, played by John Ireland. Jack is sent on assignment to write about Willie Stark, played by Broderick Crawford, a man running for county treasurer in southern Canoma City. Jack arrives in time to hear one of Willie's speeches, finding his campaign is run on honesty, talking about the corruption of the local politicians. Burden meets Stark and his family, and after finding out Stark's wife Lucy had been fired from teaching school, he writes an inspiring story on Stark's honesty and courage. Needing a much anticipated vacation, Jack returns to his home where he grew up, Burden's Landing, and re-greets with his girlfriend Ann Statton, played by Joanne Drew, and her brother Adam. Returning to the Chronicle early, Jack finds out that the local politicians shut out Stark, and after his loss has been studying, earning him a law degree. After one of Stark's campaign speeches coming true, he earns the trust of the locals, ultimately winning a lawsuit against the county, leading to a statewide investigation. Willie uses this to build his political momentum, and he is eventually drafted as a candidate for governor by the front runner in a three-way race. Stark embarks on the campaign trail with Sadie Burke, played by Mercedes McCambridge, an associate of the campaign installed as a mall from a rival candidate, Ann Burton. Ultimately, Stark loses the race, even with more impassioned and effective speeches, but draws large grassroots support from the rural areas and the state. A furious Stark now realizes how to win and begins making backroom deals to gain political influence and funds, while hiring Jack from the paper to serve as an opposition researcher for a new aggressive 4-year campaign. And aggressive it is. So, does Stark make skeptical deals and big promises to Jack and his girlfriend Ann and brother Adam? Does power in aggressive and corrupt ways leverage political favors and votes? Or does sensing his own magnetism help win an election by a landslide? Well, you'll have to watch this one to find out. Based on the 1946 Pulitzer Prize-winning novel All the King's Men by American poet and novelist Robert Penn Warren. In 2001, this film was deemed culturally and historically significant by the Library of Congress and was selected for preservation in the United States National Film Registry. With a 97% rating from the film critic Rotten Tomatoes, this film received 14 wins and 8 nominations, including 3 Oscars. See, I'm even stuttering at one so many. A 1950 win for Best Picture, a 1950 win for Best Actor in a Leading Role for Broderick Crawford, and a 1950 win for Best Supporting Actress in a Supporting Role for Mercedes McCambridge. Yes, this is a big heavy hitter for 1949. And I suggest looking up the novel of the same name. The novel was inspired by the real-life story of a U.S. senator. And our trivia question this week: did getting angry with producers prove to be beneficial for someone who starred in our film? Did getting angry with producers prove to be beneficial for someone who starred in our film? So a little more history and the answer to our trivia question coming up next. Broderick Crawford, who plays Willie Stark, is the star of our film and also the star of our history this week. So, Broderick Crawford was an American actor of film and television. Born William Broderick Crawford on December 9, 1911 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, his parents, Lester and Helen Broderick, were both vaudeville performers, as his grandparents had been. His parents also had a career in Hollywood comedies in the 1920s and 1930s, including the Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers musicals, Top Hat in 1935, and Swing Time in 1936. And I have those if you'd like me to do another musical. Dropping out of Harvard after 3 months, he worked as a dock worker on the New York docks for a time, then on to vaudeville and radio, including a period with the Marx Brothers in their radio comedy show. And I'll be doing some of the Marx Brothers films in the future. Crawford soon became stereotyped as a fast-talking tough guy early in his career and often played villainous parts. He gained fame in 1937 as Lenny in Of Mice and Men on Broadway, moving him to Hollywood, where he began working in films. Crawford made his film debut for Sam Goldwyn in the romantic comedy Woman Chases Man in 1937, later signing a contract with Paramount, appearing in a few B films during 1939 with such stars as Gary Cooper and David Niven. Those are two big stars to be working with. Moving over to Universal, he was given his first starring roles in over 20 B pictures, starting in 1940 through until 1947. After becoming a freelance actor in 1947, in 1949 Crawford was cast as Willie Stark, a bullying, blustering, yet insecure governor, a film that was a huge hit, winning him the Academy Award for Best Actor. Busy in films through the 1950s and 1955, television producer Frederick Ziv offered Crawford the lead role as Dan Matthews in the police drama Highway Patrol. Great series. Crawford's hard-as-nails police officer made the show one of the most popular syndicated action crime drama series in TV history, spanning 156 episodes between 1955 and 1959. Crawford worked in 140 motion pictures and television series during his career and remained an especially durable presence in television. Crawford has 2 stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and is well remembered in the 1977 film Smokey and the Bandit. Yes, we all know that one. I saw it at the show when it came out. When an angry state patrol officer barks at Buford T. Justice with, "I don't care if your name is Broderick Crawford." Well, now you know who that is. And you'll know the answer to the trivia question here if I can find it. Here we go. Did getting angry with producers prove to be beneficial for someone who starred in our film? Yes. And it was actress Mercedes McCambridge, who played Sadie Burke in our film, was cast after she got angry with the producers. How did that happen? Well, she and other actresses were kept waiting in an office in New York City during open auditions. Cambridge told the producers off and stormed out of the office. They called her back and eventually cast her because she fit the part of Sadie. And when you watch the film, you'll know why. Mercedes McCambridge's Best Supporting Actress Oscar win is one of the rare occasions where an actor or actress has won an Academy Award in their film debut. And can you name the other? I know I have a niece that can name that one. Sarah, can you please leave it in the comments? I'd like to give a big thank you to my new subscribers. Thanks for jumping on board and help supporting my channel. And to everyone else, we'll see you next week.